Alright, it's time to make a new poem.
Alright. Okay. This time, with in all seriousness, this time, taking away the run. So far, at least, the only character that I'm not really into is Sayori. And no, again, just speaking all seriousness for a moment here. Like, we already have the other three girls show plenty of personality. Sayori's, she's just the stereotypical childhood friend girl, and she never really does anything outside of that genericness. Like,
well, I can tell you, Pedro,
I've seen this character in so many animes and hentais. Like,
I can tell you, Pedro, that either in the next part or the one, we finally get something that at least makes you talk about Sayori in a different way.
Sure.
What will it be? Well, it will be up to you.
To put it in a sense, Sayori is kind of like the preliminary character. Like, she's your childhood friend, so technically the character knows about. Basically, she's your gateway to getting to know all these other characters.
Her route right now, so it will become more apparent later.
Sure, yeah.
It's just, like, even Natsuki, despite being the tsundere archetype, she's still she still has more layers to her than Sayori has.
Just
because you're tsundere doesn't mean you can't have layers.
And Yuri as the yin and yang. Obviously, for different, the way they write things, the way they appreciate things, the way their preferences are. Monica is something else.
Again,
do not worry about her for the moment.
The thing I don't really like, the one reason why I just don't like tsunderes as characters is that half the time they're just being flat out
annoying
to the protagonist for no reason.
Yeah, that
too. The protagonist never. I mean, if the protagonist most of the time never even did anything to them, and yet
how dare you be nice to me?
It's just like with Aaron, where Aaron was literally about to whack the Fang with a mallet to heal, to potentially test amnesia healing for no, even though the game even said for no reason. That's like the tsundere terribleness 101.
Oh boy, kawaii. I wonder who would appreciate that word out of the three.
Let's see.
Dwibs, obviously.
But of course.
I obviously want.
I don't know, Job. I think all three. I think all four of these girls could potentially.
No. I mean, I missed that bit.
You're Natsuki.
What?
I'm Joe, but I'm not a fucking tsundere.
No, Dwibs, you're the one voicing Natsuki. Oh god, but although you do realize, Dwibs, that you end up sounding like a tsundere when you say that, right?
I've become what I hate. What shall I do now?
Anyway.
Just dive into the pool and enjoy the madness. Oh man. I'm the last one here again. Being popular so sucks.
I just walked in too.
Were you practicing piano again?
No, I was practicing my fencing. Well, yeah, that too.
You must have a lot of determination to play piano.
Heck yeah!
Well, it requires concentration, so...
Join this club and now picking up piano.
Well, maybe not determination. I think love.
And then she literally picks up a piano and chucks it at.
I mean, Monica does have a lot of love.
Oh, so she's Undyne. Well, then again, she does have the same hairstyle as Undyne.
I will say more about the subject later, but for now.
I'm super happy you're all willing to still come.
I can't wait for the festival.
Well, now you're suddenly all enthusiastic.
It's gonna be.
Enjoy the festival. It's gonna be great.
Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki?
Yes,
could this be character development?
Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival. But it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food.
It's taking time off from school from
that.
I can agree.
Like Sayori all of a sudden.
Oh, for God's sake!
You know, the more this goes on, the more Natsuki.
No, actually, it is important. She asked about fried squid.
Squid? Ha! That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to.
Oh, come on. I went to Splatoon. They're delicious. Are you saying you don't like squid? You, of all people?
I didn't didn't say I didn't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people?
Because it's right in your name. Monica.
Hold on, Pedro. Pedro. We're going somewhere with this and explain later.
Eh? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation.
Basically, the word.
Oh, this game is brilliant.
The word Ika means squid, hence why a manga like Shirai Ika Musume, Squid Girl, basically. Therefore, supposedly the joke is that Mon Ika, she's supposed to be like squid. But
Yeah.
What helps that joke is that they realize that, unless you're a Japanese major, you won't know.
You know, can we get this guy to translate
where's
for
Sayori
Compile
anyway?
Hearts?
I know, right?
Oh, there you are. So you're sitting at a desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing.
Are you staring into the
Look over
void
to her.
again?
Hey Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. You can't see me!
John Cena?
Hey, Tail.
Yeah, I really should have put John Cena in the team. You're spacing out again.
Hey, Tail.
What?
What's in her head?
God.
It's a basketball.
Someone who someone whose mind is so powerful they can control air.
On their head.
Yeah.
Tales of Gracie's joke.
You can go talk to everyone else.
Wait, you don't want to talk with us for once?
Is everything alright?
You see, the thing is, it's interesting because, for those who don't know, the Neptune series has a problem where, for some reason, the characters keep talking about how Neptune's name is hard to pronounce, which, for a long time, I thought it was a joke that was lost in translation. Maybe it makes more sense in Japanese, but apparently that's not it either. So I still have no idea what the hell is that joke about.
It's just when you feel a little off. Sorry for assuming things.
Jeez, you worry too much about me.
Actually,
hang on, you've been worried about us all game, and yet when we're worried about you, you're like, you worry too much.
I'm fine, see?
We've only expressed outright worry once, and you're
Sayori
like,
showed me a big smile.
Don't let me distract you from having fun with the others.
This is the problem with childhood friend archetypes webs. Their characterization is basically changes to the whim of the writer.
Couldn't that be said for almost any badly written character?
If you say so. I worried glance at Sayori before turning back to everyone else. But the conversation already is dispersed with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noting anything about Sayori recently. Since we're preparing for the festival, we must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk.
Handsome Tio, what's up?
What's up, yo? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently?
Anything up with her? In what way do you mean?
Is something wrong with your dumb...
Maybe you're reading it a little too much, but she seemed a bit downcast today.
Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her.
I mean, several hits to the head would do that to someone.
Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber razor up and down her desk.
Maybe there is something on her mind that she wants to rub out with that eraser. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, handsome Tio. You certainly know her a lot better than I do.
Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her.
Okay, my anti
when I asked her, she was really dismissive.
My anti-knowledge tells me that this is because of the tail being in her route. This is the point where she's she's having feelings for Handsome Tail, so she doesn't know what to do about them.
I just want to ask you anything, so I'll drop it now.
Oh, no. It's important to me, too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about her well-being. of my club members, you know?
Oh, she cares.
Well, you should. That's kind of part of your role.
Maybe I'll try talking to her myself.
Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone.
Are you sure? That doesn't sound like her at all. Maybe she just had a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest.
So yeah, all we gotta do is get
Person
Mr.
of interest?
Yeah, just get Mr. Reese here. He'll sort
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
It's an awesome TV show that Warner Brothers canceled for no good reason.
I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, handsome Tio.
Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion?
Do I need to draw you a map? Well,
Probably.
I probably shouldn't say too much, but the painfully obvious. Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know.
Aha! There you go. I got it.
She's been so much happier ever since you've joined the club.
You see, the thing is, despite what's been said about Sayori throughout this, our protagonist is also not too good at reading the room.
No, that's typical of this thing, Shiroi. It's always the childhood friend girl who's, secretly in love with him, and the boy is like the most dense person in the entire universe, and he only notices it when it's too late, or maybe when she just gets tired and just blurts it out for him. This is typical.
Or she gets too tired and just leaves him. That sucks when that happens. Because that's just how she is when she's around you.
Basically, one case it's a reciprocated thing.
Ah, I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I'm
Wink,
totally the brainless one. I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, and you should just forget about what I said. Wink, wink. Hint, hint. I'll try to talk to her.
Nudge, nudge.
Try not to think about it for now.
Alright.
Monica
Monica's smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. Hi, Hydra. But she's keeping her voice so quiet I can hear her. I sigh and sit myself down. And then Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else. But that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her when I'm letting this weigh me down so much?
Gee, I
Now it
wonder.
feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. There's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Not.
Okay, everyone.
After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room.
Why don't we share our poems now?
Before I know it, everything goes back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Anyway, let's see who's first. Should we read? Yeah, most likely Sayori. No.
This is your best one so far.
Yeah.
Are you saying that because it actually is, or because you have the hots on me now?
It's really, really nice to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Teo is channeling his inner Kitaze.
This is not a lot. Sayori, you've been a little quiet today.
Hopefully that's a good
Is
part of
everything
Kitaze.
alright?
Yes, everything's alright, now leave me alone.
Kitaze is the guy who directed Final Fantasy VIII Jova, and the pacing of his cutscenes is slow as molasses, let's just put it
Lots
like
Didn't
that.
of
he do
ellipses
something good
too.
for the franchise though? I'm trying to remember.
Of course!
Don't you know anything about poetry?
Everything is fine. You
No,
don't
I-
look it.
No, actually, no. Whenever a childhood friend archetype tells you that everything is fine, it's because it's actually not fine.
Well, maybe it's not necessarily about being a childhood friend, but everything is not fine.
No, I mean, Teo, that whenever a childhood friend is feeling
I
flustered
know,
and says those
I know,
words...
Pedro, but I also know what I said.
No, that's silly.
That's just silly. Derp derp derp.
Don't worry about me, okay?
All right. In that case, we're done. All right, and some tail. Let's go for the other chicks then.
No. When somebody says that, you should worry.
Yeah.
I only want to see smiles on your face.
Aw,
And then
you
she
only want the
she
most
closes in.
selfless,
Put a
generous
smile on that
things.
face.
Yes. Sayori's gonna end up being turning out to
Joker.
be actually Harley Quinn more like.
I suppose.
I
Well,
mean, it wouldn't be the first time we've gotten a female Joker.
continuity where Martha Wayne becomes the Joker, so...
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time we've had a female Joker. Not to mention, there's also that version of a Joker set during, I forget if it's the 50s or the 60s, some Elseworld comic
I
that's
don't
set during
remember.
the noir times, where that's also a female Joker, complete with a lesbian
Or
Harley
even
Quinn too.
Natsuki.
What about Natsuki?
But in the end, it's okay,
Quiet, Gremlin,
Natsuki.
we'll
You're
get to you,
cookies.
Lou,
Yeah, you
eventually.
can stay in the corner, Grammy, for the moment. I guess you're the one who like this one the most.
How do
Why?
you know? You're the first person you asked. She's the first
Oh.
person you asked.
You don't want to get closer to everyone else?
When did I ever imply that?
She's been asking that since yesterday, if you noticed. Wait! Of course I do! And the theme also changes. But that doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them.
Yeah.
I still understand you the most, Sayori. I know you have to sometimes put up with me.
And vice
And I have to
versa.
sometimes put up with you.
There
But
we
we
go.
have a Wayland or something. And this is how the poem came out.
You know the.
Sometimes it feels like you're the exciting things in my life.
Oh, that's like okay.
So sometimes it's just easier to write when thinking about you.
I'm gonna say
Aw.
yes, Pedro.
Now all you're doing is giving her false hopes at this point.
Sayori?
No.
Don't give me hope. Don't.
Yeah, don't do that.
Please.
Tio?
Yes, bitch. What is it?
I don't deserve this.
True. But.
Can you
this
please remove that one person from the peanut gallery?
Actually,
Alright.
remember, I meant some Teal's dark side. I'm here to stay.
Well, I'm Anson Teal's light side telling you to chill the fudge out, sir. I'm going
Why
to have
are you
to
doing
remove
this?
you.
We're your friends, you dumb bro.
There you go. Even Dwebs is saying it. Isn't Teal supposed to be the light side?
Her voice steady all of a sudden.
Tia's the neutral bit.
You know, I'm gonna start acting like the first time Kron sees his conscience and say, just shut up for the moment and I'll get rid of you.
If you have
Alright.
fun with everyone else instead,
Both.
this would be so much easier.
What the fuck are you on about?
Leaves, give it time. This is actually important.
Well, I hope the payoff's worth it.
Sayori, I can surround the room to make sure nobody has noticed this.
Good,
Sayori, I probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now.
Dwebs,
Tell me what will cheer you up.
Dwebs, you're asking for a flustered teenage girl to make sense when she's talking. You realize the
People keep
implications of
shaking
that,
her
right?
head. Finally, she gathered herself and puts on a smile.
It's nothing to you.
No, god damn it, no.
No.
We're not ending this conversation here, Jesus.
Trust me, Dwebs. You'll have an easier time trying to solve a Rubik's Cube.
Now you're imagining me Dwibs trying to do that in the
Oh,
time
there you
it
go, there you go.
takes.
That's a
Oh.
metaphor.
Just a little rain cloud.
Bob
Oh.
Ross references.
Nice.
I'm sorry you had to see that.
So now let's put a little tree over there.
Right on top of Natsuki.
It's perfect for the scenery.
I promise it won't happen again.
Good.
I'm just imagining Pill cosplaying Natsuki.
It would
I
so
mean,
fit.
she has the right height, so...
And the right attitude.
Yeah.
Just smile from everyone.
Just
Okay.
smile!
Hey, Teo. I want our journey to be full of laughter.
More Tales of Grace's references, just hold on for the moment.
Well, actually, I was referencing Final Fantasy X.
Oh, it reminded me of something that... I mean, I must have been mistaken.
I'm gonna go home a little bit earlier today.
Well, remember too, after the awkward laugh scene, we have Yuna literally saying, "I want my journey to be full of laughter," which is
The
why
only
she-
thing I remember after that scene is Waka telling them to shut the fuck up.
Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay?
Aw.
when are you feeling well? That's the real question.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom humming to herself.
The tune of Calamari Incantation.
Moving on. Let's keep that for the back of your brain. And
Well, that happened. Hi, Monica.
Hi, handsome Tio. Did you have any breakthroughs today?
Shut up! You don't know anything about me.
Okay.
Being this time is one thing, but performing for a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought.
Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great.
Yeah, no pressure.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
It would make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem.
Yeah, not to mention, if you may notice that Sayori didn't write a poem today. I let Monica take the poem holding in my hands. Oh, that.
It's kind of funny.
How so?
No, not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poems and Sayori's poems have been getting more and more similar to each other every day. I'm surprised you're so in sync with her. Then again, you've been spending a lot of time together lately,
Oh, great!
haven't
We're
you?
so ready to pilot our own Jaeger.
Joy.
Although we kind of grew up as best friends, I haven't been seeing as much of her in this past year. But since I joined the club, we've been spending a lot of time together again.
Interesting. I see. Very good. The lab rats are going according to plan. So, about how Sayori's been a bit off today.
Yeah? Did she tell you something?
Well... Handsome Tio, you haven't been flirting with her, have you?
No, that sexual harassment, and sorry, doesn't have to take it.
Alright. Just making sure. I know how much you care about her. It would be terrible if something bad happened to her, so keep an eye on her.
Alert, psycho alert.
Sayori's been acting so much happier ever since you joined the club, and we can't have that now, can we? And what could have happened all of a sudden?
A lot.
Well, never mind. This really isn't the time to be talking about this.
Yeah, let's focus on the actual poem, please.
I'll share my poem with you now, alright? We can talk about Sayori's well-being later.
Alright. The lady who knows everything. Go on, Joda.
An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer. All meaning, all purpose, and all that ever was sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift, the sky victim, the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky, until one day the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall, and I fall, and I fall, and more, gentle as a feather, a dry, clueless, expressionless, but a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist, false god.
Yeah, not one of my favourites, to be honest.
This poem seems
And
very
with a
confused.
breath, she blows me black. She blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. Well, now, that was quite an interesting ending. There's your reward. I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but
Also,
it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about.
I see.
Yes,
I
Pedro?
never really put much.
Also, Joe, you have to remember that my wife is also my childhood friend, so I actually have IRL experience when it comes to these girls.
With this trope.
So I guess
Yeah.
that trope helps out
Anyway,
sometimes.
Monica questions the fact that it's good for people to have goals in life because otherwise life would be meaningless. It's a really easy thing to say. It's just that she's contemplating it more deeply.
We really... Yes?
Well, that's the thing, Shiro.
Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures.
Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you know that better than anyone.
You mean one-dimensional?
Yeah, that.
How do I breathe?
Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? Oh god. It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much time into, but if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good, or okay, or bad, they want to focus more on everything that went into it, and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today.
Thanks, Monica.
Hey, you were saying, Pedro?
Why do I always go last?
Because you're the worst goer.
You're
Sorry.
a gremlin.
I'm sorry, too. So far, I'm still have to go with Sayori as the worst girl. You've definitely improved your writing over the course of these few days. Yeah, has my advice been helpful to you?
Yeah, definitely.
I imagine it has been.
And that's the thing, Shiwei. Instead of being the typical anime childhood friend, Shiwei, Vanessa just whoops my ass at video games. So
Is that what you did as a kid, too?
yes, she's much better at video games than I am.
Huh.
It's
really?
okay. You know how you know that whole thing about the women, she's the one who wears the nerd pants in our relationship of sorts.
Joy.
I was afraid this whole thing would be a chore. But it's a great way for me to spend some personal time with all the girls in the club.
Again, what torture it must be to be in a club with only girls
but it's
aside
fun
from you.
getting to know everyone in the writing, you know.
Writing,
Doing
yes.
some writing myself, yes. Indeed.
Well-
Is that what they're calling them nowadays?
Have you learned anything about yourself, handsome Tail?
How do I breathe again?
Well, you say that writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself.
Oh boy, I don't want to think about what M. Night Shyamalan does when he's writing, then.
In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer. Even my opinions are just opinions, you know.
Especially when it comes to Lady in the Water. I do not want to imagine what he was doing when he wrote that glorifying speech about himself.
That's comforting.
I don't know, Yuri. If I pick a poem that's just the letter A repeated a million times compared to an actual proper written poem, I'm pretty sure I can objectively say one is better than the other.
Maybe
I don't know, I
Yeah.
think having a poem just read says a lot about the person writing it.
If it were, it'd be worse if it were like A.
Everything's for a good minute.
That must be terrible.
And
Also, that
that's
one Amazon
terrible.
review is still the best thing to come out of Lady in the Water.
The thing is, Jova, I have no one to blame but myself, since I was the one who got her into games back when we were like, I think 7. I think.
Oh,
Foolish.
cute.
It's not as bad
So,
as you're making it sound in your head.
I'm Victor, and she's the monster of sorts. A Frankenstein reference for those who don't know.
Just
I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to those sorts of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it,
Never too bad.
overthinking?
being disliked.
Aw, Yuri.
What am I saying?
You're opening
I'm
up
sorry.
to us.
I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on.
What is
People
this,
like you,
literature
Yuri.
club or
Alright.
It's on the
therapy?
internet.
Do you want to share a poem now?
What is this, literature club or therapy session month?
Club.
Anyway, beach. You think you can do it, Pedro?
Honestly, this is more like a waifu club, if you ask me. Jova. A marvel millions of years in the making, where the bottom of Earth chaotically meets the surface. Under a clear blue sky as an expansive bliss.
That's what
But
he
beneath
said.
gray rolling clouds, an endless enigma. The easiest world to get lost in. It's one where everything can be found. One can only build a sand castle where the sand is wet, but where the sand is, the time comes, will gently lick at your foundation until you give in, or will a sudden wave send you casting down? Jove, I get it. This is anti-fan fiction club. That's what it is, because there's so many there's so much innuendo in these poems.
It is basically a waifu club because Doki Doki translates to heartbeat. So
Yeah.
There you go then. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, and that's enough for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
The beach is kind of an inane thing to write about.
Oh, please! Plenty of people write about the beach and the sea.
But I did my best to... Oh, sorry, my bad.
But I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it.
Oh, that explains the innuendos then.
You say
I just
that
don't
like
like
you
sand.
didn't even want to write about it.
Oh. After yesterday, Natsuki and I... Well...
Yes, you kissed and made up.
It was amusing that we wrote about something similar in such different ways.
I
I
ship
mean,
it.
she's called Yuri after all.
So Natsuki wanted us to write about the same topic as each other again.
Ooh!
I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing styles or thought processes.
Must have been quite an intense writing recession.
Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she'd want to do something like that.
Hey, look! It's
probably
okay
just-
to experiment.
See, the problem is, Jova, Yuri's so much taller that it can cause a lot of problems when getting right down to it. That's
Hey,
the problem.
Pedro, you know what they say? Opposites attract.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Whatever. It can be refreshing, you know.
It's good for
It's
now.
good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while.
Also, Pedro, if height
I think I'd
differences were
agree.
that important, that would stop a lot of love relationships.
Alright,
Thanks for
Natsuki
sharing.
time.
Time for the Gremlin.
Hey, not Pearl.
Yeah, this one's alright.
Alright.
Well, yeah. Not as good as yesterday's. Anyway,
Honestly, Jova, the more this game,
I see what you're going for, but it's just not really my style.
the more this game goes on, the more Natsuki just feels like Eren, but written infinitely better.
Well, of course I'm at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway?
Hey, she
Leave
even
me
has pink
alone.
hair like
Isn't that
Aaron.
more of a compliment to me?
Because
Oh no,
she's
don't
a
never
tsundere.
tell Tsundere she's
No.
doing compliments.
Gross!
Compliments are gross.
It's not like I care. It's just that
Baka.
one of us in the club has to make sure you're not slacking off.
Isn't that what Monica's for?
Really?
Yeah, but Natsuki takes that into her own hands.
What do you end up just carrying me out?
That's, it's not like you would actually do that.
Yeah, you're right.
Wink.
It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you.
Cute girls and a girl who can make cookies.
Natsuki's elbow couldn't actually my stomach. Ooh.
Oh, that is okay. That's straight out of
Ow.
Rumiko Takahashi.
That's
the
a big
levels of
oof for
tsundere.
me.
Maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all.
I was just joking.
Oh, I know.
Sure you do.
Don't worry, I was too.
You are going to be the death of me
How
one day,
the hell
woman.
did you call that a joke? That seriously hurt. Now I know truly know what Felix Wright
That's-
feels.
It feel,
I guess that's kind of a point. I should really just watch my mouth around Natsuki.
that's Teo's entire thoughts on Reference Refs.
Anyway,
Oh, pellet time.
I'll be your
bitch.
I'll be your bitch.
Uh, yeah.
Your troubles and fears that diminish your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight. A sea that sparkles with brilliant sight at light. I'll be the bitch that washes your worries away. I'll be the bitch that you dream about each day.
Trust me, Dwibs is not the first and he won't be the last to do this.
The bitch that makes your heart leap in a way you thought left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams, and hold my watch your insecurities in the salty sea and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail. Set you free in my windy sail.
Oh my.
Remember the reason you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. But if you let me by your side, your own bitch, your own escape, you'll learn to love me again.
You joke,
yourself
but when you
again.
look at the metric of the rhymes, it actually fits surprisingly well. Natsuki
does.
is legitimately improving.
Huh.
I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once. But then I fell into old habits and wrote bitch. Besides, the beach is awesome. It's kind of hard to write anything negative about the beach, so I just didn't write anything about it at all.
Well, Yuri's takeaway was a little more solemn.
Well, that's... She better not have said anything bad about mine.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
After all, she was the one who just to write about the same topic. You could really see her doing that too.
Oh,
She
they're
just wrote
writing
simple
about the
topic,
same
then tried
topic
to impress
together.
me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care.
Yeah.
The
Wow.
baka.
So,
I
Natsuki,
guess mine it'll be kind of metaphorical too.
so when are you gonna
But there's
take your
nothing
date
wrong
to
with
the
doing
prom?
that once in a while.
So when are you gonna take your date to the prom at some point, Natsuki, and make a poem about that?
At the very least, it was good practice. No,
Anyway, we'll see what happens for the rest of the day in the next part. We'll see you.
See you
See ya.
then.
Yeah.